The answer is yes, you should go buy this game. Whether you're a longtime fan or someone just getting into fighting games or the Dragon Ball games in general, Sparking Zero is a near perfect game. You should definitely go and play it. There is so much great about Sparking Zero that I think it's only fair that we focus the beginning of this video on aspects of Sparking Zero that aren't so great. To me, this game only suffers in two major ways. The first being that the cutscenes are not fully fleshed out. They're more like storybook with some animations happening and then the rest being narration via text. And the other problem with this game is that there's a heavy lack of customization across the board for all the characters. Yes, there are emotes and yes, there are outfits, but for example, the biggest complaint I've seen is, hey, I want to put a scouter on everyone and I can't do that. So with that being said, everything else I want to say about this game is like absolutely great. To start, I love the what if scenarios or the sparking cutscenes that would occur in the story mode. Absolutely great. Like for example, Piccolo is asking if he can tag along to go fight Raditz with you, and you can choose between taking Piccolo or leaving Piccolo, and that creates a whole other subplot or timeline, so to speak, of a what if scenario that I think that option goes all the way through the Frieza saga, which is insane. There's also even more minuscule options, like what if you deflect an attack by Jace and that brings Birder out, or you just defeat Jace without deflecting an attack. Like stuff like that. Like I think something so small as that does make a big difference in the storyline. And I ended up spending a lot of time in Goku's character episodes in general. There's a lot of character episodes too. The cutscenes and sort of the background of the story tends to be on the shorter end. They sort of expect you to know the story, or they're giving you a heavily abridged story if you're a newcomer to the series. So just keep that in mind. Another aspect I liked about Sparking Zero's story mode is the camera change. You can sort of change it so you're in the first person view. So if you want to pretend to be Goku while looking at Piccolo talking, you can totally do that, or just it creates a more immersive experience. I'm glad in general it seems a lot of games are adding this in now. Let's be real, you're going to be playing this game because of the multiplayer, not the story, and you do not have to worry. The multiplayer is fucking amazing in this game. I've had so much fun with it. I've been playing it all the time since it came out. I've done a few ranked matches, a few matches with my friends, and I've also spent a ton of time with the tournament mode. Like the online tournament mode is fucking awesome. I'm having so much fun with that. Another aspect of the multiplayer I want to talk about is the DP system. And the DP system is essentially the way they scale characters. So if you want Super Saiyan God Goku or Ultra Instinct Goku, that's going to cost points. If you want Chiaotzu or Hercule, it's going to cost less points. You have 15 points max, and you can spread that out between 5 slots. So you can have one character with a really high DP, or you can have 5 with really low DP, or you can mix it up, have 2 that are on the middle or higher end, and then have the rest lower. And I think that this system, along with like the tournament system and having those limitations available within the multiplayer, add a difficulty that is not there necessarily in some of the other fighting games that I've seen, and I think it just provides more of a skill ceiling per se. This isn't a game where you can just button mash, even though at lower levels or lower difficulties you can button mash, but like this game will punish you in the wrong setting if you just try and button mash your way out of it, especially if you get attacked from behind or you're caught in a heavy combo. Like you cannot just button mash to try and block and get out of there. You have to time it. But from the casual perspective, I definitely think there's a lot here too. Like I've been putting in blood, sweat, and tears to this game, but for someone else who's going to pick it up maybe a max like 3 hours a week, maybe even less, don't even worry, because there is a lot of fun here. And you have the option to set it to someone a higher rank than you or around the same rank as you, or no preference. That also goes for language too. So you can really have a lot of fun there, even if you're not like trying to cry after losing like 8 times in a row like I did. So overall, I definitely think Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is worth checking out. It is well worth the $70 price point. No additional DLC or purchases are needed for this game to unlock any characters, which I think is great. And there is so much content in this game to begin with, and I already know they're going to be doing updates to the game in general, which I think is great. But in comparison to other games coming out that are charging you this much, I think this game is a high achievement. They're not fucking dripping you updates to make this a decent game. This is a great game coming out of the gate. I think Dragon Ball fans are excited and are enjoying the game. I think fighting fans are excited and enjoying the game, and I think if you're on the fence about buying it, use this video to take the initiative to check it out at the very least. 9 out of 10.